What's up, guys? Starkiller here. Now, I haven't made a video in a very, very long time. I streamed a little bit ago, but I haven't made a video in like 6 months, seven maybe. Basically, since I got my PS5. But yeah, it's time to fix that. But we both know it's not gonna happen. I'm horrible when it comes to consistency. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. As the title suggests, we're gonna be talking about my ghetto middle school, which was a Catholic school, but it was extremely ghetto, and different types of people that were in it. But yeah, let's get dive straight onto it. So the first one I have on this list is the Trouble Kid. Now there was one kid in my class. We did call him Kevin. Now Kevin, he would try to make a joke out of everything he saw possible. He was basically a class clown and a trouble kid at the same time. But I mean, technically, if you're a class clown, you're kind of a troublemaker in general. It's kind of a two-on-one situation. But yeah, basically, he would make a joke out of anything he could, try to get a laugh out of somebody. And I mean, anytime possible, he would say something or do something to try to get people to laugh. I think he honestly just craved some type of attention. He had some type of attention deficit where he just had to get the approval and laughs of people at some point at every single day chance and every single day he got. But yeah, he basically tried his best and go out of his way to make a joke out of everything. But yeah. And basically no teacher liked him. He would get in trouble constantly. He got sent to the principal's office on different occasions. He'd be kicked out of class on some occasions too. Basically he'd get in trouble almost every other day with some type of teacher for doing something because basically no teacher liked him. And basically our homeroom teacher, right? Our homeroom was Spanish, right? And she did not like him one bit. She was on this man's meat. When I say she was on his meat. I mean, she was on this man's meat every single chance she got. She would call this man out. Like, for example, so sometimes she would have us go to this blackboard. This is big blackboard at the back of the classroom, and have us write. She would have us write out different things like conjugations and stuff like that. And basically, she would call people back there. She'd do like 3 or 5 rounds of this, and either like have us write down conjugations or have ask a question and have each person who's at the board, just like 4 people at the board, 5, and have them write out what they thought the answer was basically. And I hated doing that because I'm gonna level with you guys. I failed Spanish all three. No, actually, all 8 years. I've been taking Spanish for 8 years since I was in first grade. I've taken Spanish, and I have failed every single chance I've got. I can't speak a lick of Spanish. It's actually insane to me that I've been taking Spanish for 8 years, and I can't speak a lick of Spanish. But yeah, I just can't speak. I think it's mostly because I never really paid attention to Spanish. I never paid attention in class at all. But yeah, but I still can't speak a lick of Spanish. I can't tell you. I can tell you a couple of words, but I can't tell you conjugation. I can't tell you what an AR or ER or IR verb is. I can't tell you any of that. But yeah, back to the story. Basically, she would have people write down things and answer and stuff like that. And listen, she would do 4 rounds of this, right? Like 4 or 5 rounds. Every single round, first name she called, Kevin. Get to the board and answer this question. Every chance she got to pick on this man, she could, bro. She would make Kevin her punching bag every chance she got. It was insane. But yeah. And basically he was in a relationship for our 8th grade year. And she would pick on their relationship every chance she got. Essentially. She would make comments about it. One time I remember his girlfriend raised her hand to go to the bathroom, and like 5 minutes later, he raised his hand too, and she looked directly at him with like the most grim smirk I've ever seen in my life. Like it was the Grinch level smirk, and said, "Oh, you just want to be here with your girlfriend, right? You're gonna go follow your girlfriend in the bathroom, Kevin? Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah, I don't think so. You're not going until she comes back." Like, this is the level of writing that she did to him. like I said, every chance she got, and their relationship was pretty obvious. She knew from before they even started dating that they were dating. Like, it was pretty obvious. They held hands in the hallway, always would sit together as much as they can. She would lay on him while they, like, sometimes when they were sleeping, when she was slept in class. A little cringe, but I digress. But yeah, every chance she got. But yeah, next person I have on this list is the teacher's pet. Every classroom basically has a teacher's pet, unless you have like a really cool class, and if so, I'm extremely jealous. But yeah, teacher's pet. There was this one kid in my class, and he was pretty strange. Not gonna lie to you. He had a good intentions, good hearts, but he gave school shooter. He was a school shooter basically. Like he gave school shooter vibes 24/7. He gave school shooter vibes. And to be honest with you, I felt bad for him because he would get picked on. He would get bullied a little bit of verbal abuse constantly from different people. So I would feel bad for him. I do feel bad for him and what he went through. But he was a little tad bit strange, a little bit off, and would say some really crazy things. He would do weird stuff. But basically, whenever somebody would say something wrong to this man, like make fun of him in even the slightest insult towards him, he would immediately tell the teacher, no. Forget that. He would go to the principal. This kid just loved telling on people badly. Whenever anybody even slightly insulted this man, he would immediately ask the teacher, "Hey, can I go to the principal's office?" And we would see him doing this. Like we would really visibly watch him tell the teacher and ask them if he could go to the principal's office. And we would look at him and start laughing because like, oh, he gonna go snitch. I said, no, why are you snitching? Why are you snitching? Why you gotta go snitch? And basically, everyone was laugh at this kid, and I felt bad for him. But yeah, he would just go snitch to the principal if you even assaulted him in the slightest way. I never got told on because I never really made fun of him. I was cool with him. Honestly, I thought he was a little bit off, but yeah, I just didn't really care. But yeah, he would tell any chance he got. And this one girl, she would be on his case 24/7. Now, I don't like this girl at all. She was an interesting character. I'll say that. But yeah, no, I didn't like her, but she would be on his case 24/7. And he would tell on her 24/7 to the principal. And she's one of the people who would be laughing at him when he went to go snitch too. Said, "Oh, you gotta go tell the principal? Oh yeah, you're a wimp." She would make fun of him. Like I said, she would make fun of this man. Any chance she got, she was making fun of him. But yeah, she got called into the principal's office multiple times. But the amount of times that he snitched, I know the principal was sick and tired of him telling, because he would be in her office constantly. So I know, and usually the person that he told on wouldn't even get in trouble because she knew he was just a little soft and couldn't take a slight insult. So she knew, and she just would call a person to the office, talk to him a little bit, tell him just leave him alone, and nothing would happen. But yeah, that's what happened to the person. He just snitched to snitch because he felt some type of sense of insecurity. Now, like I said, he did get bullied on. People were a little bit OC with him. But it comes to a point where you have to stop snitching on people and making yourself such an easy target to get bullied, you know? You gotta stand up for yourself once in a while instead of ranting to a teacher and go crying to a teacher for help. There's a certain point in bullying where you have to actually make a stand for yourself and stand up to the person who's actually making fun of you. Which he would at some point, but yeah. But like I said, he was overall just a little bit off. Like, I would catch him whispering to himself. That's not really odd necessarily, because I do talk to myself sometimes. But it's like, he would have, like, it's just weird. He would murmur to himself during live classes. I talk to myself, but I don't talk to myself during class. I talk to myself in my head. But he would verbally, out loud, talk to himself, start whispering and murmuring to himself, or playing with his hands, kind of. But to each his own, I guess. But yeah, next person I have on this list is the annoying ghetto girls. Now, if you go to a public school, there's most definitely a whole group of these. Now, like I said, I went to a private Catholic school, and there was still a group of these girls. So, as I said, this is recalling to the girl I mentioned earlier who would always pick on this kid. But, yeah, she was one of the most lead ghetto girls ever. She had a New Jersey type accent, right? And she was the most sassiest person I have ever met in my life. And the most insolent, ignorant, I just can't even fathom. But yeah, she was extremely annoying, would piss me off 24/7. She was others like, for example, it's insane to me how much power and control she had over the girls in my school. They sat there and praised her 24/7 throughout the entirety of middle school, like she was the top girl and the top boss. And it's just insane to me. Now, I don't condone making fun of somebody, but this girl was short and fat, making fun of people 24/7 and being on people's case. Like, no. How are you gonna be short and fat? Pick a struggle. Like, seriously. Talking all that. And she was like, I mean, short. Like, she was like 4'11", maybe 4'10", 4'10"-ish. And, like, decently chubby. And would be on people's case like she owned stuff. And I never took any of her crap at all. And she would still piss me off, but I would never take any of her crap when she tried to call me out on something. Now, I carry around a briefcase during middle school. Why, you may ask? I just mess with it. I like carrying it around, make me feel, a little bit of confidence booster. It helped carry around some of the stuff I had. So I would carry a backpack and a briefcase. Kind of stand out from, the normal, regular people, Just for the plot, And she would look at me sometimes, give me a nasty little look. And one class, I remember I was sitting there chilling and had my briefcase with me. And she looked at me and said, "Why you have a briefcase? You're not a businessman." I just looked at her with the most blank stare ever and looked at her and said, "Why do you care?" And she's like, don't get sassy with me, carrying around a briefcase like you're a businessman. You're not a businessman. I just came with the most blank stare ever. Because there's no arguing with this girl because she's loud and will cut you off at every sentence she gets. And that's just how she is. It's her personality type. So there's no point in arguing with someone so ignorant and so annoying. So I just turn around, sit there, ignore her. I remember another instance where she was talking to somebody, right? I was sitting right next to her. I forget what the conversation was about, but I said something relating to that conversation they were having. I just do that sometimes. I interject in some people's conversations. I mean, some people don't like that. I understand that when you were talking to them, but it was like a general statement. But it was just like a one general statement. And she turns around, and looks at me real quick with gives the most stank eye face I've ever seen in my life, and looks at me and says, "Who was talking to you?" And I said, "Who asked you to speak?" I looked at her. I said, "Myself? Me, myself, and I." And she said, "No one was talking to you. Why are you interjecting on a conversation?" I said, I could really care less about your conversation. It was a general statement. I don't understand why you're so sassy, why you're so, uptight about this. And she's like, and again with the comment, because she would say this a lot different times. And she looked at me and laughed. You're not a businessman. She just, why are you carrying a briefcase? You're not a businessman. Like, don't talk to me. And if I couldn't, I would definitely not talk to this girl at all. And I avoided her. Avoided making conversation with her. We were not friends, not one lick a bit. And I think the good Lord Jesus Christ, that I didn't have to talk to her a lot. I only had a couple of interactions with her. But yeah, only a couple of interactions with her, which like I said, I thank the good Lord Jesus Christ that I did not, because she was annoying. And it's insane to me because the moment, I bet you, the moment I said something and called her out on her weight or said that she was short and fat, the moment I did it, I know for a fact she would have told on me because she's just petty like that. And she would do this sometimes too. If she got petty enough and got pissed enough, she would tell on you. She was basically the kid that she would make fun of for telling on people. She would do that crap sometimes too, where she would tell on you just to be petty. And that's just insane to me. But yeah, I know it. I knew it. The moment I would say, I knew it. The moment I wanted to say it so bad, but I knew if I did, the instant I say it, she would have been right in the principal's office. He called me fat and fat shamed me, and I would have got in trouble. And I was basically a star. I was a model student. And I mean model student, I don't mean in grades at all. I ignore grades. I mean in behavior wise. I never got in trouble. I basically never got in trouble my entire school life so far. I have never gotten in trouble for basically anything. Because I just avoid conflicts. And I don't get in conflict. No teacher is basically I don't think, only a couple times, a rare occasions where a teacher has not liked me for something. But yeah, I basically would never get in trouble. I was basically a star student, not in the behavior department. So I knew the moment she told on me, somehow, some way, I would get some type of crazy punishment for no reason, and she would type of try to flip the story. But yeah, she's really, really pissed me off. But yeah, this video is kind of getting kind of long. I'll probably do part 2 on it eventually. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely gonna try to stay consistent. Definitely not gonna happen. But yeah, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.